Hello everyone, welcome back to the CLA Degree College Physics classes. So in the last video already we started your BSc 6th semester paper 1 in that the third unit nuclear physics. Okay, so in last video already we studied the alpha decay, properties of alpha particle as well as the Geiger-Nuttall law, ionization and a specific ionization. So in today's video we will start the beta particle. So in beta particle we will see the first beta decay as the properties of a beta particle. So see here, beta particle are fastest moving electron. So they given the first property, that is our beta particle is what? That is fast moving electron. Okay. Next we'll see the second property. The second property is they are deflected by electric and the magnetic field. Why it will be deflected by electric and magnetic field? Because the beta particle is a negatively charged. Okay, already I told you in a previous video, the alpha is a positively charged, beta is a negative and the gamma is a neutral. So before studying the nuclear physics, we should know that alpha is positive, beta is negative and the gamma is neutral, as well as the alpha and beta are the particle, but gamma is the what? Only the radiation. That will not be a particle. Okay, so here we completed our first property. We'll see first and second property. We'll see the third property. So the third property is their velocity range. They given the velocity ranges of the beta particle. So the velocity range is from 1% to 99% of a velocity of a light. So it will be same near to what? The velocity of a light up to the 1% to the what? 99%. Next is here, fourth one, they affect a photographic plate. The beta particle can be affect on a what? Photographic plate. So, but the effect is much higher than the alpha particle. They can be effect on a what? Photographic plate, but that effect is much more than what? Alpha particle. So, compared to beta particle, the effect of the alpha particle is what? Slow or the low than the what? Beta particle. Okay. Next here, they produce fluorescence in a barium, platinocyanide, calcium tungsten, etc. Okay, so they can be produces what? Fluorescence. Where means in a barium, platinocyanide, calcium tungstate, etc. Okay, we'll move for the sixth property. So see here, they produce ionization in air. Ionization is nothing but what? Positive negative charge, collision of the positive negative charge, we will get the ionization. So they can be produced what? Ionization in air. So see here, and it is 1 divided by 100 times less effective than alpha particle. So compared to alpha particle, beta particle is 1 divided by 100 times less effective. Why? Because of the charges. Alpha is positive, beta is what? Negative. Okay. Next here, the seventh one. They are more penetrating than alpha particle. Alpha particle is what? Less penetrate as compared to the beta particle, and beta particle is more penetrate as compared to the alpha particle. Okay, penetrate is nothing but the passing power and can pass through 1 mm of the aluminium sheet. So already I told you the alpha particle can only pass the single sheet of a paper, and the beta particle is passed through the 1 millimeter of the aluminium sheet. Why? Because the alpha particle is more higher than the beta particle, and in alpha particle what happened? The velocity is less as compared to the beta particle. Due to high mass and the less velocity, it can't be passed through the water aluminium sheet. So alpha particle only pass through a single sheet of a paper, but the beta particle is what? Less mass and the higher velocity. By that properties, it can be passed through the water 1 mm of the aluminium sheet. We'll see the last property. The range of beta particle is greater than the alpha particle. Here the range is of a beta particle is greater than what? Alpha particle. Next, in this diagram they shown the decay process of the beta particle. So here See, the beta particle is there. From the parent, we will get the daughter. So here, the X is there, that is the beta particle, A is a mass number, Z is the atomic number. So by that we will get A into Z plus 1 plus 0 into minus 1 of a beta. Only the changes of the what? Atomic number. Okay, and we are getting here minus 1, 0 of beta. Why? Because it is of a negative charges. Okay, this is the what? Properties of the beta particle and the decay of the beta particle. Okay, next we'll move for the continuous spectrum of a what? Beta particle. So in that, see, the kinetic energy of the emitted beta particle is calculated from the observation made from the magnetic spectrum. So first we should know what is the spectrum. Spectrum is nothing but a band of a color. One band of a color, we can call this as a spectrum. So here our beta particle is what? Continuous spectrum. In one spectrum, our beta particle is a continuously present. So we can call this as a continuous spectrum of beta particle. So in that here, the kinetic energy is nothing but only which passes the motion. So the kinetic energy of the emitted beta particle can be emitted from the radioactive substance. Already we know that. So the kinetic energy of the emitted beta particles is calculated. So that kinetic energy we can be calculated from the observation. Which observation? Made from the magnetic spectrum. So from one spectrum, the beta particle is what? Emitted. Okay. By that emission, we are calculating their kinetic energy. By which calculation? Magnetic spectrometer. Okay. In magnetic spectrometer, we are calculating the kinetic energy of the emission of the beta particle. Next here. Number of beta particle per unit time are counted using the GM counter. So in GM counter we can calculate the radiation of the beta particle. So in second point they given the number of beta particle per unit time are counted using the what? GM counter. Okay, in a continuous spectrum of beta particle we studied 2 points. In first point what happened? Kinetic energy of a beta particle is emitted. That can be calculated by the what? Observation of the magnetic spectrometer. And the second, whatever the radiation of the beta particle per unit time is there, that can be counted by the GM counter. GM counter is nothing but a Geiger-Müller counter. Okay, these two observations. Next here. The above two measurements are plotted against each other. So these two observations we are plotted here. That the number of beta particle and the kinetic energy. Okay, we studied two calculation, and these two calculation we are making this graph by taking these two calculation. So see here. The graph revealed two observations. These graph can be revealed the two observations. So see here. First one, the beta particle have continuous distribution of energy. Our beta particle is what? Continuous distribution of the what? Energies. Beta particle can be distribute the continuous energy. Next here, second one. Only a small number of electrons have this maximum kinetic energy. So in that only one small number of electron can have this maximum kinetic energy. So next here, represent at Ke maximum. So see here, we can indicate here K max. So that is nothing but one electron that have the maximum kinetic energy. So K max on the graph. Next here, most of the electron emitted have kinetic energy lower than that predicted value. So whatever the electron are there in emission, they have what? Kinetic energy lower than that they predicted. We are predicting a certain value, but that electron whatever they are emitted, they have less value by the prediction. Okay, this is the what continuous spectrum of a beta particle, and this graph whatever conservation of linear momentum and angular momentum are violated by this graph. Okay, we'll move to the next neutrino hypothesis. So see here, the existence of additional particle, existence is nothing but a presence. The presence of an external particle is predicted by Pauli's in 1930. Okay, so here in 1930, the Pauli's what he studied and what he discovered means certain existence of a additional particle. Okay, they given that theory in a 1930 to the water conserve the momentum and to carry the missing energy. So here our momentum is conserved means constant, and that can be carry the missing energy. So this explanation given by Pauli's in 1930. Next is here. Later Enrico Fermi developed a theory and called the missing particle as a neutrino. First in 1930, Pauli is given that a certain existence of additional particle is there, that should be what conserve the momentum and carry the missing energy. But later the Enrico Fermi developed the theory and called that missing particle as a neutrino. Next here, this particle has three properties or the three qualities. That first one is it has zero charge, it has an intrinsic spin of a half, and third one is a zero rest mass. Whom they given these properties? These property given by Enrico Fermi. Okay, completed with the Pauli's and the Enrico Fermi. Missing neutrino finally can be balanced the water charge and the angular momentum. So here, with the introduction of the neutrino, the correct form of the beta particle is shown below. By the introduction of the neutrino, the correct form of our beta decay is shown in below. So here, beta particle we are taking. A is nothing but a mass number, Z is nothing but a atomic number. So by this, Z plus 1 AX plus e raised to minus plus V and same AZX Z minus 1 AX plus e raised to plus V. So this type of a positive and negative neutrino we are getting by the decay of the beta particle. So thus we can conclude, so here last point, since the beta particle and neutrino simultaneously emitted, the kinetic energy is shared among them. So here whatever our beta particle and a neutrino, it can be what simultaneously emitted the water kinetic energy and shared among them. Okay, so this complete today's video. In today's video already we studied the beta decay, in that the properties, after that continuous spectrum of beta particle, and the next neutrino hypothesis. We will continue with the liquid drop model and the nuclear model in our next video. Thank you.